The following program is brought to you by the Internet Broadcasting Organization.
I feel like I should have a cigarette.
Hi, welcome to Sexually Educated. I'm your host, Ambrose Bentley.
I'm Swade Elliott.
I am Groot.
Something like that.
Adam Farrell.
So it is August the 6th, 2014. We really couldn't decide on the day. It feels like it's flying by. But tonight we're going to talk about, is it ever acceptable to cheat like in the first few months of a relationship? When does it stop being okay to cheat? Or if and or but.
Is it okay to cheat?
Is it okay to cheat? Yeah. And then we're also going to talk about sex with your ex. Is it something that you should do? I like when you put big things by my face.
Well, of course.
That's the only reason I had it
Don't
down
we
there.
all? But sex with your
All right.
exes and it basically faithful from the get-go.
Yes,
more or less.
exactly.
It's gonna be
Monogamy.
interesting.
It's just a game.
Got a lot going on tonight, guys.
Definitely do.
Yeah, so you better stay focused. If you get super high and can't quite follow, you can always just watch it again later.
Yeah, of course. Well, not only that, and also on the bottom of the screen later on, you will see the phone number. Please feel free to call in. Check up on our Facebook, so on and so forth, and as well as our lovely Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram. You can DM us videos on Instagram and stuff too. We'll post them if they're cool. If
Yep.
you're lame, we probably won't.
No.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're just honest with you. At least you know how we feel about you from
It's
the
true.
get.
Yeah.
But still watch us even if we don't post your videos.
Well,
Because that'd be rude just because you hate us because we hate you. It's cool.
Yeah.
That sounds really overdrawn.
I know. It was.
We'll probably post everybody.
I know. We really will. We're really not that popular. And
Yet.
okay, anyway, so sex in the news. Who wants to go first?
I'll start it out.
Yeah.
So being that I am from Nashville, Tennessee, like this story really bothered me. So this guy in Birmingham, Alabama, 59 years old, goes in to have a small operation done, circumcision, which I'm not sure why at 59 you would have that done. But I guess it was some type of bacterial infection, blah, 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 long story short. So he goes in, checks in, he's expecting a circumcision, wakes up 6 hours later, and he has no dick.
No more Johnson.
Yeah, it's gone.
No more wiener.
So, I mean, he's hired an attorney, and they're now suing this hospital or whatnot because he doesn't have his penis.
And the doctors are like not taking fault for it at all.
No,
Like they're like
no.
saying that they had to do. You had to remove his penis, the
Yeah.
whole cock. I mean, it probably was only like 4 inches, but still, the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, apparently, he did sign a waiver or something that said that
Yeah.
something like that could happen. But his wife was there the whole time, and they never contacted the wife. They never mentioned it to her, like, "Hey, we're going to take your husband's dick."
Well, just
is
imagine
that
how
okay?
just imagine how this guy feels. I mean, I know as a male myself that like I love my penis. There is no way in the world that my dick is ever going to come off my body.
I would have no more purpose in the world.
It's God's play toy for men. I swear to God.
And for women as well. I don't think about the wife. The man is not the only person suffering in this situation.
Oh, no.
She is married to a man that no longer has a penis. Like they're gonna have to have an open relationship now. I'm just saying, because what?
Do you think that would be probably something they would have to do, or maybe toys or something like that?
I mean, toys do not replace the act. You can have sex with as many toys as you want, and I
Yeah.
would know because I have sex with a lot of my toys. But I'm just saying, it does not take the place of, especially someone you love. He's 50. They've
Yeah.
probably been together for 20 years, 30 years.
yeah, he's 56, so I mean he's
Yeah.
in his
And she never even got to
late
say bye to the
50s.
D. The D was just gone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's.
Ooh.
Did they put it in a jar for her at least?
I have no idea. It doesn't say.
But for a routine circumcision,
I wouldn't want to see it in a jar and be like, that could be on my body, but instead it's in a jar.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh golly, that's just.
Yeah, poor guy.
Yeah,
Poor guy. I mean, that starts stuff on a sad note, but I mean, on the flip side, his wife can't call him a dick anymore.
Yeah, right.
A
Why do you talk to me?
brief moment of silence for this guy's dick.
Okay,
yeah,
so-
there was good.
Yeah.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
I like that.
So-
yeah, but the circumcision, I get the circumcision part because, that is why they actually do circumcisions, because the bacteria you can
Which
get
is
underneath,
actually
you don't clean it.
that's not true. Like, actually, circumcision is down in America right now. Like, it really is. Like, it's dropping only because we're cleaner than we used to be. Like, back in the day when circumcision was common, you didn't have normal showers, so on and so forth. I mean, now even if you're homeless, you can go to a beach shower. You know what I mean? Like,
But it's just notably taking care of that. And he's 56, so this is a different time that he grew up in and everything like that. Granted, circumcision is a choice, but I
Yeah.
mean, you literally have to teach your children to pull the skin back and everything because
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the bacteria. So I can see how
Yeah.
circumcision, even at 56, would be needed. But to take the whole dick,
I know
Come
the whole
on.
thing.
I love taking
Literally,
the whole dick,
everything
but not
you
like,
had.
but not like that.
Like not literally take the dick.
No, like I literally don't want to take your whole dick.
She's
Well,
like, in
that's
every
mine,
office,
no?
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Lorena Bobbitt style.
So what's
No, that would be horrible.
Oh my! And his wife didn't even do
Yeah.
it. First, when you sent me the article, I thought it was going to be a Lorena Bobbitt
Yeah.
incident, and then I was like, "Wow, this is way worse."
Yeah. But but I also think about it this way. They also probably could make him a prosthetic penis.
But it's never the same.
It's not. Well, no.
Yeah,
it
but-
would be his own skin and everything else. They're grafted, but no. It would not be the same.
It's not the same.
Not even close.
So, what's your sex in the news?
Well, staying on the circumcision tip, there were
Wait, question: Are you both circumcised?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. Okay, go.
I don't. I actually like an uncircumcised dick. I think they're
Really?
pretty.
No.
Oh God. I think
Oh,
it's,
no. I do
I
not
think
want to
it's
have to pull
amazing.
that skin
I mean,
back.
well,
No.
either way, like I'm really not partial. I think an uncircumcised dick is prettier.
No,
Yeah.
no, thank you.
I do.
no.
But
I think
mean,
they
either
look
way.
like aliens.
They do. They look
Weird.
like egg rolls. They look like little egg rolls.
Honey, that's why that's how people get their mouth stuck on them. Oh, but anyways, okay. So,
Oh, okay,
yours,
anyways,
so yours
that's-
has to do with circumcision as well.
Yeah.
Back
So
to the
there were 2 babies in New York. They're both Jewish, and you know how they have that ritualistic circumcision 8 days after they're born or whatever. Well, 2 new babies recently had that done and now have herpes.
They have what?
They have herpes. They have the herp. Yeah, and it's I mean, you could trace it to, I guess, unclean tools or whatever they were using, but there is that part of the ritual where the guy who's doing it actually does literally suck blood out of the penis
I read
and then
that.
spit it out.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I read the article too,
So-
but just
Okay, first of all, I have a lot of the whole article. I have a lot of things. First of all, it's not just these 2 children. They said there had been like 4 in 2014, and one of the children died. Like,
Yeah.
or they had like a
Yeah.
couple incidents of brain damage to
they said
another child.
16 cases since 2000.
And
An
we're not-
adult body or even a teenage body can sustain it enough to not.
Yeah.
But yeah, for a
Well,
newborn,
I mean-
it's
Well, they're
potentially
saying
fatal.
it's not even. They're saying it's not even actual herpes. It's like it could even be like simplex 1 or something like that. That their body just could not fight because they're babies.
Yeah, well, they think about it. Babies haven't had. I mean, when you are a kid, you get a shot for like chickenpox and stuff like that to
Yeah.
help keep it away, measles, mumps, blah blah blah. Their body had no antibodies to help it, and their immune system just wasn't strong enough to fight it.
And they're 8 days old. You're not even exposed to anything like that. So, oh my gosh.
Yeah, if you think about it, though, there's going to be permanent ramification. I mean, like things down the road that are going to happen too. Because think about it, from this happening, they're going to have scar tissue. Which, if you, I don't know if people know out there, but scar tissue doesn't really have a whole lot of feeling. So these kids could be losing sensation in their penises, as well as it could become deformed.
Yeah.
At least they still have their penises.
And
hopefully.
nonetheless, the psychological and brain damage that can happen from having such.
Just think about it. I mean, if once you they hit puberty and so on and so forth, and they're going to see other penises, they're going to realize theirs looks different, and hopefully they don't have a problem with it. But psychologically, yeah, down the road, I see there could be crazy problems with it. But on the flip side, though, that's not stopping what's going on.
And they're just having, there's more rules involved in it. I think they said you have to sign something. Or
Yeah, it's an Orthodox Jewish thing. It's all of them have been theirs using this particular sucking procedure or whatnot, which I think is messed up. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
and I was gonna
Baby
say that.
penises
It's
do not
very
deserve to
weird.
be sucked.
Okay, that's okay. This is just what I want to say.
No.
Who's the guy that's like,
No.
hey, I'll suck the baby penis? I'm saying that's like a
Yeah.
pedophile in the making.
No.
Yeah, that's-
Like I mean, that's just my
That
thoughts.
is horrible.
I know it's a tradition, but there is a different way you could use to do.
Yeah.
I mean,
there are a lot of traditions out there, but I mean, come on, this is
it's-
borderline Catholic.
yeah. For a minute,
I was just trying to find a funny line for Catholics in this, but no, you can beat me to it.
But that's what I said. I was like, who wants to be the guy that like, hey, by
Yeah.
the way, I'm gonna suck the blood out of the baby cock.
And the worst part
weird.
is this
I'm not into it.
this baby will be dealing with it forever because I mean it's only 8 days old and it's already started to pop up this stuff, so it's going to be a problem down the road.
Exactly. Yeah, herpes is the gift that keeps giving. I mean, it
Forever.
doesn't go
Yeah.
away. So
Yeah.
that's not. I mean, it's so
it's-
fucked up.
it's not
freaked
cool.
up. I mean. Anyway.
But yeah, I mean, they're like I said. If I were those, the thing about it is though, I mean, what are the parents supposed to do? Can they sue? Or
I'm pretty
I
sure
mean,
that you sign something. I
A
think they
waiver?
said that you sign a waiver allowing that because it is such a like controversial procedure
Mm-hmm.
that the health department makes you sign something. So I really feel like the parents have no.
But don't you think the people that are doing it would have to have some sort of, medical checkup or something like that? I mean, in any type of procedure, I mean, especially when you're doing, circumcision, you're dealing with a lot of blood and so on and so forth. Like, don't you think they should be like certified of some kind? I
Yeah.
mean,
Something, or you should have your blood tested, or I mean, you should have to go through an STD screen or something.
exactly. There should be something like that in place so that way that doesn't happen.
Okay, what if it's someone with AIDS and they had no idea they had AIDS and they're the
Or
one
HIV.
doing, or HIV, HIV, AIDS, whatever. You're doing this and you're
No, there's a clear difference. It's not whatever.
Yeah, no, I'm saying HIV,
Continue.
AIDS,
Gotcha.
HIV, AIDS, all this different stuff. Say that you have either one of those and you have no idea you have it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You've
Well,
never been
yeah,
tested,
anything's
whatever.
possible. Mhm.
And then, but you're saying that this opens the door for that kind of like thought process. Like
That
we're
type of
opening,
trash.
That type of trash.
we're opening babies to this though, like 8-month-old babies.
No,
So-
8-day
Oh,
old.
8 days. Sorry,
8 day
I said that.
old.
Yeah,
Yeah,
8 day
that's
old.
Day old.
That's crazy. I mean, I don't know. I'll tell you this. Like, I probably, if I have a son or later on down the road, something like that, I probably won't have them circumcised. I'll let it be their choice. If they want to have it done later on in life, more power to you. If they don't, they don't. I mean, I was put. Our bodies are well-oiled machines. You are uncircumcised for a reason. So it also helps protect the head of the penis. Which,
Yeah.
like me circumcised. Like, don't get me wrong, the head of my penis is sensitive and such.
beautiful.
Oh yeah, no, I love it. It really is a pretty dick. But regardless,
I love him.
with
It's a good looking penis.
yeah, it is. It's a good look.
Wait, that sounded like I saw it. I was.
Best,
never seen
best
it.
looking dick I've ever seen.
I love it. But anyways, I do lose. I'm sure that there is some sensation lost only because, most of the time when you're circumcised, it's protected. But when you're uncircumcised, it's exposed to, underwear or jeans or whatever you're doing. It's always exposed. So there's sensitivity lost.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I completely. I just think the procedure is outdated. I think it is
Yeah.
something that we could find something better to do, and look obviously at the ramifications of it because it's not.
Well,
it's-
and you realize American culture is one of the few that actually do it.
yeah.
European, it's not done at all.
Well, I'm not even saying circumcision. I'm just saying doing this specific technique.
Oh, yeah.
Like circumcision, to each their own. If that's, 'cause there's a lot of cultures that don't believe in it. There's cultures that do.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that the Orthodox Jewish procedures of sucking that out and having another human being doing that, I whatever.
It's horrific. To be totally honest with you, it's horrific. Like,
It
when I
is.
was reading the article, I knew that was a ritualistic thing. I didn't know that part of it.
Well,
Yeah.
but here's the thing. Regardless whether we like it or not, it is part of their religion. I think probably what should happen is they should just have stronger regulations on it.
Yeah.
If it's because here's the thing. Regardless whether we like it, it's still going to happen. It's part of what they
Yeah.
do. So I just feel like there's going to have to be stronger regulations. There's going to have to be more background searching and so on and so forth to get it done. I mean, like I said, it'll never happen to my kid, but for those that are believe in that's totally their decision.
Exactly. Yeah.
But
So
I guess we have some topics.
I guess we do. Let's get started. First, we're going to talk. Is there any any leeway for cheating in the beginning of your relationship? Everything's new, fresh. First 3 months, 4 months, you start hooking up with someone you used to have before.
Okay, and are you talking about just sex, or can this also be like text communication, or talking, or flirting with
Is this
other
like
people,
casual
or
dating?
I'm saying a little bit of both, and I'm saying you're with someone like you guys are.
made it official?
Made it official, or like on that track. So you're
Like-
on that track, have made it official.
Are we
so we're
talking
in
before
that area.
Facebook or after Facebook?
I don't think your relationship has to be Facebook official to be official. So.
Okay.
I mean, many people may disagree, but still, I'm just okay. So my Facebook says I'm in an open relationship, and it used to say I was in an open relationship with my little brother. So that's how serious I take.
Wait, what?
anytime someone asks, I just don't care. I was just like, that. Well, he doesn't have Facebook.
So it was just a joke for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what do I care? It's none of your business if I'm in an open relationship with whoever.
Well, I think for other people though that might be single, like they look at your Facebook and it says you're in a relationship. Oh, you're in a relationship with someone, to kind of stay away from that. Whereas if they don't have anything at all, it leaves it a little more curious. I got in trouble for this week. I didn't know a friend of mine was dating someone and like he posted a new picture up and I was just like sexy, and like the next thing I know, like I'm getting a message from his boyfriend saying like you should never post that on his pictures, and I'm like, bitch, I don't even know who you are.
Yeah, like
Like, man, I will kick
Well,
you in the dick.
I eventually had to put it in. I was like,
See-
I live in Tampa, Florida. Like, it's just a friend. We've been friends forever. I'm a long time. I have no sexual interest in him or anything like that. But someone definitely has some issues there.
yeah. Well, that too.
That's definitely.
But anyways, back to the
trust
topic.
issue.
Sorry, I got you.
No,
off track.
that kind of deals with it, like, okay, so my thing, the reason why I thought about this was a guy I used to hook up with before I dated my ex was like, the whole time I was dating my ex, he was trying to get with me. And then in the first month I was talking to the guy, we weren't official, we were talking.
Yeah.
I was still kind of hooking up with this guy, like, here.
Yeah.
I didn't take us seriously. I just thought we were going to be friends, like me and my ex at the time. So I was like, okay, it's whatever.
Yeah.
When I did realize things were going to get serious, I stopped.
Yeah.
So now the guy's argument for me is, why can't my relationship be the same? I was like, well, first of all, you call this girl your girlfriend, and you've told me she's your girlfriend, and I was like, I'm not gonna have sex with you. He's like, well, it's just the first few months. Like, I'll stop if it works out and we still are dating in a year. I'll be with her. And I was like,
See,
that's
now,
a load of
ye-
horseshit.
Like,
That
I
is a
think
load of horseshit.
There
That
has
dude's
to
just
be
trying to
some
get his
sort of
rocks off.
time limit on it. I mean, like maybe for the first. I mean, now first of all, from me, like opinions are not exactly what's happened. Like I have honestly never cheated in the first couple months of actually making it official. I will say that when I was talking to people, I might have been talking to more than one person at a time.
So you're playing the field.
Kind of sort. Well, in the beginning, like like if you're talking to like
how,
two or
how
three
many of them are you
different,
sleeping with? Like, say if you're talking to 2 or 3, are you sleeping with 2 or 3?
probably.
Do they know you're sleeping with 2 or 3?
I mean, it's always safe. And
that's a no. That's a no. That's a
I mean,
no.
the thing about it is it really
He's
any of their
dodging bullets
business?
over here. He's
Is
dodging
it
bullets.
really? I mean, I'm currently talking or dating no one right now, but I'm just saying, like, if you're talking to one person and then another person comes along and y'all are talking too. I mean, if there's nothing set in stone, then
it is none of their business. But it's when you, I think
it's when I break off to saying, okay, you're someone I'm going to talk to, then it stops for me. Like if I don't continue to play the field once I've made a decision.
And yeah, but I mean, and again, but I think in that sense, I get that, and that's how I am. If I don't date anyway, so if I'm gonna date someone, I'm gonna be all in with them. That's
Yeah.
there's no point in saying. I feel like
See, I feel like that's the same. Talking and dating are two different things. If you're
Exactly.
talking to someone, that's a friend or someone you're getting to know
See,
better.
When I'm putting enough time like into one person, 'cause it's like, you're the person I want to be with or date. Like, I don't.
remember he's on this monogamous thing.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, keep going.
This has been my whole life.
Okay,
Back in
okay.
high school, Amber, when no one dated me.
You're handed.
but
Maybe that's why he's monogamous. Only one at a time. No, I'm just joking.
Dick.
I know, right?
Continue. I'm sorry. It is not beat
Just a
up
joke.
Adam Day.
No, it's not.
It's beat up Adam every day. No, but I generally stick with them, and because for 2 reasons. One, I don't want that girl being like, yeah, so I mean, you want to hang out Friday? Maybe go do whatever. And she's like, yeah, so you banged Rachel the other day, and it's like, oh,
Well,
like,
I think that's
shit.
where the
'Cause
problem
that throws
begins.
everything
You
off.
don't-
for me, like
you
if I'm
keep-
putting that time in, like chances are that for like first few months I'm not going to want to cheat.
Yeah.
That's just me though. Like I'm investing this much time into you because I like you.
So-
now that's
so-
not to say I don't get drunk at a bar and randoms happen.
Yeah.
But
Would you
try to
consider
avoid
that
those.
cheating?
Yeah.
You would consider that cheating?
If I'm with a girl, whether it be a month or a year,
But
and
you
I
guys-
go out with my
but-
friends and get hammered and just bang some girl all drunk, yeah, I'm a
But you
dirty
guys
cheating
aren't.
bastard.
But you guys
no, I've
aren't
never.
official. But you guys aren't official. You guys are just talking.
I would tell her. I mean, I don't know if I would consider that cheating. I would consider that definitely out of bounds.
Okay,
So it's a
I would
gray
tell her.
line.
Yeah,
It's a
I would
gray
tell her.
area.
Yeah.
Interesting. What about you?
I mean, I think the decision, everything's different. I mean, I get where people are coming from when they say like, if you're like with someone and you've been together for like 3 months, 4 months, whatever, it's in the beginning, and you're hooking up with
So
someone.
you think 3 to 4 months is in the beginning?
Yeah, 3 4 months is in the beginning, but
Okay.
you're in the beginning and you start whatever, and you have like someone you were hooking up with before, and then you come to them and you're like, oh hey, I want to hook up again, or you are still hooking up with them before you know how serious it's gonna be with the other person. I mean, I particularly wouldn't do it, and I think it's a gray area because it depends on the person. Like me, and it did happen to me, and I got cheated on. Like, if this week, the first few months or whatever, and I'm just kind of like, I just don't care as much because we weren't serious. Like, I was banging.
So you really didn't consider it cheating, though.
I mean, I was just like, are you gonna do it again? No, I really want to be with you. Okay.
So
cool,
they were
we're
honest
good.
with you.
I mean, I had to get it out of them, but yeah, like it just, it is what it is, and I'm.
Do you think if you were dating a woman, it would be more a different situation?
Listen, if I'm
like if you were a lesbian, like do you think it would be different?
I think she'd be a crazy bitch. But
yeah,
no.
yeah. Oh no, it's
no,
much.
I would definitely cheat on a. Listen, if
You've never dated a woman, you don't know how awful that
No,
could go.
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't.
yeah.
I won't.
yeah.
Well, I was gonna say like for. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, if I'm with a girl, listen, I'm gonna cheat on you with a guy. It's gonna happen. I'm sorry. 1 month or a year into the relationship, I'm gonna have sex with guys. I like guys. I like penis.
Would you
Or
be,
you guys
would you
can just
be-
let me in the bedroom, and it's not as
Now,
awkward.
I got a question. In that note, real quick, I mean, I know it's a little sidetrack. You said that, if you were dating a girl, like you would have to have sex with a guy. What if you were dating a guy that also had to have sex with a guy? Would that be cheating?
That doesn't make sense to me.
It does. It does.
It can't happen. I know of two situations right now, women that are dating men that are bisexual. One of the couples knows about it, and the other couple does not.
See, and that's the thing. I'd rather him be honest with me and be like, hey, I kind of like to suck penis. And I'd be like, oh my gosh, me too. You guys, you want to do something about that? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, then we could have a threesome with another guy. And
you would be okay with that?
I mean, I have to be. If he's honest with me,
Yeah.
if I want to be with him. If I don't
Yeah.
want to be with him, listen, if he's bisexual
That's
and
respectable.
I can't handle
Yeah.
it, I have to leave.
Yeah.
That's
No,
it.
that makes sense.
Because what am I going to say? Well, you have those urges, but you can't have them. But I like girls, so I'm allowed to do that. Because I know when
Yeah.
I'm in a relationship, guy or girl, I like the other one. I like to still have the other one. It's just how I work. I can only imagine it has to be the same for a bisexual man.
Variety is the spice
Yeah.
of life.
It
Okay,
is,
okay.
It is.
Back to our topic, though. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
That was
Go
kind
on.
of on topic.
It
Yeah,
was
I like
kind
that. But so from
Suede likes this pose.
I don't know. I definitely do. So if you were with a girl, that you'd have to cheat on a guy. That's what you were saying. But if you were dating a guy, would you if you weren't necessarily, let's say you met someone and you liked him, y'all hit it off really well, blah blah, and you were talking to a couple of other people and you continued that for a while. That I don't consider cheating because you're just friends. But then when you make it official with someone, like you're like, all right, here's the deal, or you actually ask the question like, hey, will you actually be my girlfriend, or hey, will you actually be my boyfriend? Because that still happens, crazily enough, it still does. Or are we dating serious? When that comes along, then will you stop?
Yeah, but here's the other part. This is my
Research something back that far. Because to be honest with you, the way I feel, like with the people I've been with,
dirty.
I don't know that they've ever cheated on me. But then again, I'm also not one of those people that, unless you give me a reason to think so, because I've been cheated on before, and I did find out. And most of the times that I think there's usually sometimes something behind it. But I'm not going to go seek it though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But no, but again, my question: if it was in the first few months, okay, if a girl cheats on you within the first 4 or 5 months, and then she cheats on you within a year, is it the same offense to you, or are you more willing to forgive in the first few months when you're establishing things? You don't know how serious this is. You guys are.
But see,
I don't know. It depends on where I think we're at or where it seems like we're at.
Well, and,
That's why I'm a very big fan of just putting all your cards out on the table. However you feel like, if I'm getting too close, you let me know. If you're getting too close, I'll let you know. Or if we're sharing feelings, if I'm spending 5-6 days a week with a girl for 4 months, and we're pretty much attached at the hip, and then one day she's just like, oh, I banged a coworker. It's kind of like what the f,
yeah. But I think
but the longer that I'm with her,
Yeah.
the worse it's gonna get when she does cheat. Because after a year, I'm gonna go stab that guy in the neck, or I'm gonna kick her ass out on the curb, or you know what I mean.
Well, I think that also depends. When you're first talking and everything like that, when you establish a date day, like
that person you hated that. We're like, you know what I'm saying? You start.
Well, see, and that's just it. I try to let everyone I know that I'm not trying to compare them to other people, and that's why. But also, in that being said, I think that's why sex before we made it official is never much of an issue, because I don't really. I don't really discuss it with people. Let's say if I am dating 3 or 4 people or talking to 3 or 4 different people, none of them are really serious, whether it be a hookup situation or a friend situation or whatever it is, and then randomly hook up, that's whatever. And once I start talking to someone and I'm more interested in that person, then I'll take it from there. But, like for me also, when I get into a new relationship or talk to someone, I end up I'm not going to have sex with these other people because I'm usually having more sex with the person I'm with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you feel okay? So I don't know. I feel like for me, if I'm committing to someone, it starts at the beginning. And that one of my friends said that because when I was doing that whole thing in the beginning, like the first month, my friend goes, at one point you're gonna actually have to stop, and he's like, and I'm like, oh, I will when we start dating. He's like, no, you work up to that.
Yeah.
And me, I really haven't been committed or faithful to someone since my ex-fiance, so we're talking 3.5 years. So I'm just like, shit, that is how the game's played, huh?
Yeah.
And he's right though. He was right.
Yeah.
It's a step. You don't get to just be like, oh, we're together now. Okay, I'm gonna stop sleeping with other people.
Yeah.
You kind of have to get into it.
Well,
That's
you
why
wean yourself into it.
Exactly.
I think once the desire to have sex with other people.
that's usually how people think. Well, what if they were cheating on you? I'm sure you'd freaking blow a gasket. Like
There's never anybody who's really cool with being cheated on.
But I mean, the thing
well,
about
she
it is though,
cheated on
is
me.
it really cheating though? I don't think in that first couple of when for instance, let's say that each of us had a couple of hookup friends or whatever, blah blah. If you were hooking up with 2 separate people, are you cheating on them? No. You're not, because there is no actual bond between them. I guess what you're talking about with someone, whether it's a bond or not a bond. Like, how do you know? What do you know the difference is until it happens?
I mean, once you make it official, I think that's where the line's drawn.
I mean, Adam, you sound like you.
Even before we're official, like, and this is just me. I mean, I personally, if I'm into somebody, I'm not trying to bang anybody else.
Yeah.
Like if I'm putting forth that effort, and this is to any woman who may ever date me, if I'm putting time into that, I'm not sleeping with somebody else.
Yeah.
If you're annoying the shit out of me and I keep turning down hangouts and stuff like that, I'm probably sleeping with somebody else.
Yeah. Or just doesn't want to sleep with you.
Okay, but like if I'm gonna take that time and effort, that's just me.
Yeah.
And it's not even because I want
to make sure, because let's say for me, I do it because let's say I'm to a point and I think they are, but I don't, but maybe they're not there. It's better that we have that discussion.
Yeah, no, it totally is.
And they may not feel the same way. So I feel like it's easier just to be honest and upfront about it. But if it's brought to my attention, otherwise, I'm not going to say anything about it.
Does it make it worse depending on who it is? And this will lead us into our next topic. Does it make it worse if it's with an ex or if it's a random?
I can tell you right now.
Probably an ex for me.
Well, I can tell you right now, from the first person I've dated on, I have never had sex with an ex once I broke up with them. Not one of them.
That's
not one
crazy.
of them.
I
don't know how you do that.
I don't understand
I
it.
don't either.
Because
I've had engagements happen because I had sex with an ex and we got back together.
Yeah, I know. I guess for me, but like it's not. Like once part of my life on.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I've had people that, were quote unquote friends or whatever. And because they were being a dick and I was just done, I was done. Like, I didn't talk to them. They weren't on Facebook. You could text me all day long. You could come into my workplace and I would totally ignore you.
That's not nice.
No, it's not nice, but that's how I deal with things, especially people that are being stupid or idiotic.
Yeah.
And with my exes, I still talk to them. But if you're an ex, like if we genuinely really break up, there's a really good reason why.
Yeah.
And and whatever that reason may be, there's no reason for me to go back. We can still be friends.
Yeah, it just again and again and again, and it just is going crazy. It's just you keep returning to your ex. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, if the sex is really good, that's one thing. But it's like, in the long run, what are you really accomplishing by doing this? You're beating a dead horse.
Sex with your ex?
Yeah.
I mean, to an extent. Sometimes
that's all you're doing.
Yeah, but sometimes, okay. There's different situations. I'm not condemning it. I'm not promoting it. I'm not anything. Everyone has their different situations. Depends on how much of an ex they are.
Yeah.
Depends on how you guys stood. I remember I started talking to my ex, came back. My ex-fiance came back to get his shit, and I was done. I was the one that ended the relationship. I didn't want him anymore. Came back, we had sex, and then we started talking again.
Yeah.
And
that's
it's just,
annoying.
And yeah, you're just
See,
like,
that's what happened to me.
exactly. You're just like, we don't. And then, and then the same situation happened because nothing changed.
Yeah, nothing
Absolutely
will.
Nothing
Nothing
had changed.
I've seen it over and over and over and over again. Like once you've broken up with someone, there's usually a good reason why. And then beyond there being a good reason why, I mean, they are your ex for a reason. You got to a point where you physically did not want to be with that person, or that person did not want to be with you. If it didn't work out once, it's not going to work out again.
I don't always feel that way because I know a lot of different couples that
Maybe in time or people growth or something
Yeah.
like that. Because I've heard of people divorcing and then getting married again in 20 years. But then they've been
That
through a
is weird.
whole different life.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that person might, whatever
They've
that
come back
habit
to each
was.
other.
Yeah, whatever that
It's like
habit.
the Notebook.
Oh gosh.
No.
Are you done?
That is the gayest thing I've heard
Yeah.
all day. But anyways,
I'm retiring now, guys. Thank you.
But no, but seriously, with all of that being done, I just after 20 years, maybe the habits they were done, you've either come to understand in someone else, or they've totally changed completely. I mean, people are not the same people after 20 years. But within what I think what happens for us is they'll be dating someone and then they break up, and it might be a month or two, and then you run into them or you purposely meet up with them and so on and so forth to talk, or to find closure or whatever it could be.
Closure.
And then what you ended up doing, you talking and you remember all the things that you really liked about that person, which I get. I will honestly say none of my exes, I don't have any ill will toward any of them, because there was things about each and every one of them that I really, really liked. Obviously, or I wouldn't have been with them. But at the same time, on the same exact playing field, they're also exes for a reason,
Yeah.
and that's why they need to stay there. That's one of my 5 weird rules that I have as far as relationships. And that being said, I've always stuck to it. Once I broke up with you, we will not have sex and we will not date again.
See, I get to a point where like I've had sex with almost all my exes. I can't
Well,
even,
see, also that for me, I mean, I get that and I see that happening, but also in the same time, anybody that I'm dating, they also know from the get-go, if you break up with me or we break up, like, you know how people do the petty breakups and
Yeah.
they get back together petty. Like, I don't do that bullshit.
Yeah.
I just don't. So it stops all of that. And I could see, and
You just called me petty.
I did not call you petty. I'm just saying,
Right.
I just don't see the point. If you're going to break up with someone, break up with them.
Yeah.
It's got to
Yeah.
be real. But with you having sex with all your exes, I mean, I could see it. They're probably, knowing you, no offense, the D was probably real good.
I mean, or the vagina was,
Or
or
the-
it's either or. Who knows? But the D was, yeah, exactly. Like, the worst one, my last ex, like my real official ex, like I was with him for 10 months. I should have never. He's a douchebag. I knew he was a douchebag. I was up and we was long distance to begin with. So when we broke up, we didn't like. It just, and then afterwards, I was just like, why did I have I get back home and it just freaking freaked with my whole head the whole time.
I completely blame my mom when it happened to me, because my mom invited my ex out to my birthday of all places. Oh, yeah. And we got drunk and had sex, and the next morning I was in a relationship again.
But, okay, so here's the questions. Is it healthy?
I don't think so.
What about for closure?
No. I don't think
I
closure
you're not
sex
gonna
is
find
not good.
closure
They
through sex.
said, okay, that
You're not.
research suggests that maybe some people, maybe not you guys, but some people find closure in having sex with your ex because it shows you exactly, okay, they didn't change. This is exactly what it was before, blah, blah. Not everyone. Obviously, not a lot of people.
Blowing one last load on my ex's face, that'd be closure for me. But I didn't get that I didn't get that chance.
But I don't
Let me
think that's
be on
really.
your team.
I don't care how bad that
I
sounds,
feel like
ladies.
I feel like sex. I feel like sex for most people ties up too many emotions, and with too many emotions on that, then they're really not getting any closure. They're just postponing the inevitable.
Exactly. Okay, we're going to take a break right now just to remind you to take your birth control.
Strap
Wrap
it up.
Yeah.
Wrap it up.
Reminder.
Cover that bitch.
Take the pill. Do what you got to do.
You still have a dick. Use
Yeah.
it properly.
If you have one,
Exactly.
use
you don't
it.
want it to fall off, and you didn't get herpes as a baby.
Yep.
No.
So
You don't want to have something bad happen down there and just wake up in a hospital with no dick.
yeah, exactly.
No dick.
So use birth control. That's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
Okay. The next question. Okay,
Okay.
So you said it doesn't help you get over them.
Well,
Sex.
I don't feel like it does. I mean, I'm
No.
sure that there are
Nope.
some studies. How do you feel?
I mean, okay. It's always situational. It is always situational.
Well, no, everything's situational.
Okay, there was one of my exes that I had sex with, and literally we had sex, and I told him, I said, this last time we're having sex, and he didn't believe me, and I said, haha, okay. He hit me up. He hit me up, and he's obsessed with me. Like
Yeah.
he's literally, and it's my fault because I did tell him it was the last time we were having sex, and then a year later I let him. Like I was just like, I need someone.
So you
and
let him do something dirty?
I let him do it again, and then he was
Oh,
like,
so it wasn't the last time you had sex. You already broke your promise to yourself.
I did. Well, to him, but it was like one last time. I didn't have sex with him again for a year, so that was pretty impressive. And then I was just like, that was pretty impressive. And then I was like, oh, we had sex again. But when I had sex with him, I literally was just disgusted. I found nothing attractive about him, and I was like, this
Yeah.
was so good to get over you.
So
that time.
For one instance out of your exes, it became closure only because you became disgusted by him.
Okay, yeah, and then the last one, not the last guy, but the guy I dated before that. I mean, it was open relationship anyway.
Yeah.
But when we had sex the last time, it was just like it was a lot of different things. It wasn't that it
Yeah.
bred me back to where I was.
Again,
It
you
just-
knew he was next for a reason.
Exactly. I knew he was an ex for a reason, and just was like afterwards, I was just like, okay, this is how this is. It still did give me a little bit of too much of something. I should have not done it. I think because it, like, in my sense, I think it just was kind of like, you're an idiot for doing it again. Why did you fall for him?
Did you do it though because it was more comfortable than
No,
with someone random?
I did it because I just wanted to prove that he still wanted me. Like he just talked so much
so
shit. He talked so much shit when we were broken up because I lived in a different state. I went up to New York. This dude followed, like, knew where I was gonna be.
Yeah.
Like waited outside where I was gonna be, and then like hit me up the whole night. And then I was just like, come on, like,
Yeah.
okay, I can do this now. And then
Yeah.
so that was just its own little. As I said, I think everything's situational. I think if you can handle it,
All right.
I'm really, really good at like putting sex and love and all that stuff apart. I'm not inhuman,
Okay,
so I still do get it confused.
So my question still again, did any of those situations, I mean, there was one, but would you say more times than not, it did not help you get closure, it just postponed the inevitable?
Give us like a percentage or a ratio.
It depends on, it's like 33 on all perspectives, because it's one time it made me get back with the guy and made me forget everything. The second time I was disgusted, and then the third time I was just because I wanted to get back at him, so it really didn't lead me to anything anywhere.
Now, what about you, Adam? Because you've had, like, I'm the only one here that hasn't had sex with an ex.
You think it keeps you from getting over him?
Yeah.
Yeah, always.
Well, I mean, for me, it I don't know. I mean, the whole reason I'm sleeping with exes anyways, more often than not, because there's still something there, which was weird, because especially with some exes where the sex isn't even all that particularly great. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. It doesn't provide any closure for me. It's just an awkward morning and a weird conversation.
Well,
that's all it ever ends up
you
being.
can't kick an ex out after you screw with them.
Screw
You know-
You can't. It's harder to kick them out than
Yeah.
a one night stand. It's harder to be like, hey,
Well,
get your
but
shit
they're
and
already
go.
comfortable there too.
Exactly.
I mean, if they've been to your place or whatever, then they're comfortable there already. And
You wake up and they
I
already have a
think-
copy of your key made, and they're making breakfast and shit. And you're like, no, this isn't how this is supposed to go.
Guess what? We're getting
Yeah.
married.
That's not
no,
funny.
but you know, that's why and I think it's easier, you know, and even for me getting over someone, like, I don't immediately go out and have sex, but the next person I have sex with after I break up with someone, I do not want it to be that person.
No.
And I'm not saying
No.
I'm not saying that I hold on to things. Like, like I said, I don't have any ill will toward any of my exes. They're fine.
Your
But-
slump buster can't be your last one.
No. That's what I'm saying. But, like, I think for me, it's just easier. I have, you know, friends or you know, FBs or whatever, blah blah, that I find to be so much more suitable. And especially when I finally get to the point where I'm actually broken up with someone, I'm an emotional wreck. Like, I to be honest with you, I want to go have sex with someone that doesn't know a thing about me.
See, I'm not.
It makes it so much easier.
I mean, maybe for me, like, even my FWBs are my friends. It's weird. I'm really weird about that. Like, not like we're like best friends, like we
Yeah.
talk all the time, but
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
have
no,
a
that's
really
happened
good.
for me, though.
I have a really good relationship with the guys. Like I told you, like one of them's like, come see me. Like I have a really good relationship with the guys that I've had sex with or don't have, whatever.
Yeah.
I think
whatever
that's
it is.
awesome though, because like I've had sex with friends before, and it's just like, well, we've known each other long enough. We can do this without it being weird.
Well, it's not even. I don't have
Or-
sex. I don't have sex with guys that I'm friends with. I become friends with guys I have sex with. with.
Yeah.
If that makes
So-
sense.
Yeah. So you either had sex with them from the get go, or you've never had sex with them at all.
Exactly.
So you go from being like F buddies to friends with benefits.
Well, see, like,
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
okay,
yeah,
all
exactly.
right.
Like, yeah, because like I
The
had
evolution.
I had a guy. We knew each other, whatever. He'd come over. We would hang out for like 3-4 hours.
would
bang
you
it
date
out.
this guy though?
No, we both knew, and that's what I told him. I told him before, I like you. I know you like me. Here's the deal: we would never work out. He's like, yeah, I know. We would never
Yeah.
work out. We knew it. There was good sex, and we had a good time together. That's it. We would make sure we only saw each other a couple days a week, so we could keep the feelings where they were at.
Yeah.
We wouldn't talk a lot. We kept it in the zone it needed to be in because
Yeah.
we knew it could never work.
I gotcha. And but on the flip side, if he said, "Hey, we're going out to have a couple beers tonight," he might invite you.
Yeah, like he went. He went to my brother's Super Bowl party with me.
Yeah.
He.
So he really is just a friend.
Dude, he's my we became friends on a weird situation, but
Yeah.
yeah, we're friends. And
See, whereas I'm also kind of strange about that too. Like granted, all of my close friends are straight, but even the gay ones that I'm friends with, like that I'm close to, and like I don't want to have sex with them.
but that's the thing. If you're already my friend, I won't have sex with
Yeah.
you. But if you become my friend because we had sex,
Yeah.
we're good.
Well, that's just I guess that's true
Room a
because
day.
I have several friends that I've had sex with, blah blah blah, and if I see them out or something like that, or I would consider them friends. If they saw them out, I would definitely say hi, buy them a drink, a shot, whatever, blah blah. But
Exactly. But I mean, and so for me, like the sex with your ex thing, it's just another friend.
Yeah.
I mean, eventually, sometimes it can't always go right there.
Yeah.
But I think for me,
well,
eventually,
and
it can.
my exes,
yeah, but it's another friend with a lot of strings attached.
It is.
yeah,
It is.
a lot
but
of emotional baggage.
It
Yeah.
is, but it depends on how the relationship ended, where you guys are at now. If you know in your heart that you guys were just not like meant to be there, you're good.
Yeah.
You're good, but both parties have to know the same thing. No party can be like, I have hope that we're going to get back together or something like that. It has to be established.
Yeah, but
I mean,
I don't know.
But I think every situation's different.
I
I,
just-
think that I can see how you
I've
don't
done it
ever
once
want to
and I
do
will
it.
never do it again.
And the thing is, I've
Never
never
do it
given
again.
I've never given it an option. I've never given it
Exactly.
a chance. Like, but I don't want to. I just don't want to go down that road.
Exactly, and I could see how you would be that way, and I could see how you, after what you did afterwards, would never want to do it. Me, I'm so sex is sex to me.
I did
Yeah.
propose naked
And
and,
it just-
drunk though.
Why did you take him seriously? Anyways,
That is me being serious.
Kind of, sort of.
so this is established. So depending on who you are in the situation, depends on sex with your
Yeah.
ex. So now we're gonna get into sex, the tip of the week.
Tip of the week.
Give me the
Tip of the
tip.
week. Tip.
Who wants to start with their tip?
Why don't you start with yours? You never start first.
Why do you always?
You made her
make me
start
give
first last
Yeah,
week.
you made me give you my tip first last week.
Oh, I don't
Why
remember.
don't you give
last
us
week.
your tip first,
Yeah.
bitch?
I will, and mine's actually really good. My tip of the week is put your fantasies in motion.
I love his tip.
So here, I mean, what I'm saying is
Yeah.
this: everybody, I don't care who you are, whether you're gay, straight, anything like that. Like everyone has their own desire of sorts. And if you're with someone, or if you have a random friend, or whatever it is, let them know what your fantasies are, and actually try to act them out. There, usually you find that what you watch in a porn or something like that isn't the same, but make it yours. Fulfill your fantasies because you're the only one that's going to do it.
I love it. Yes,
Yeah.
that is a
Make
very
it
good
happen.
tip.
And if you're with someone, I mean, you should fulfill theirs too. I mean,
You should
you
talk about it, figure out what it is you guys wanna do.
I mean, as long as you're safe and so on and so forth, do whatever you want. You
And
know,
that's kind of extending your boundaries as well, because I mean, you might not think you're into what they like, but you're like, you know what, I want to make them happy. You try it and
Exactly.
you love it.
Yeah.
You guys, you have that together now.
Yeah.
You guys are sharing that intimate fantasy.
Exactly.
You're making them happy because they have something
Well,
they never had
and it
before.
could-
I'm still looking for a girl who wants to bang dressed as Batman and Catwoman.
You'll
And
find her.
ladies
one.
out there.
didn't think it would be that hard, but
if
apparently
you
it's a pain
would
in the
like to
ass.
bang Adam Farrell and you have a cat suit, just check out our Facebook.
Give me a holler. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. You can tweet me.
You can twat him. It's
Please
cool.
send me a picture. Send me a picture of you in the Catwoman.
But
thing
yeah,
first.
I think for people that feel like their sex life isn't as good as it should be, like that's something else they should do to enhance it. You know,
Yeah.
fulfill your fantasies. Like I said, you could die in a car accident tomorrow. Not that I wish that upon any of you. I'm just saying, if you don't do it, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, and the other part about that is you wouldn't know until you tried, and sometimes you have to kind of find your own fantasy.
YOLO.
You know,
Yeah.
if you do the same thing all the time, if you're only going this way, and you never read something that's going to excite you, you might not know. If
And
you
I know from my own personal experience, like fulfilling other people's fantasies is just as hot. It can be really hot, even though it wasn't mine. Like once you get into it and start doing it, it is hot
because they already have in their mind what they want,
Yeah.
and they're going to appreciate it so much more that you're letting them do it to
Exactly.
you, and you're probably the first person to let them do it to them.
Truly,
so
usually.
they're like biting at the bit for it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so mine kind of goes along with yours. Utilize the mystery of your body. Blindfold every once in a while.
I think that's a great tip.
I
I thoroughly enjoy that.
I've done the blindfold thing and I was into it.
It isn't. It's interesting, like you not knowing what's going on, and like,
Exactly.
oh, it's so hot.
See,
it is so hot.
It was cool because part of me was because she was a crazy bitch, and part of me was actually almost like frightened that I was going to end up with candle wax on my D, or like
Yeah.
potentially wake up without a D,
Yeah.
or like I was just remember sitting there. And it was
That has
so,
been a
it was
fear.
so
Wait,
exciting.
that was a fear you had while you were with a girl.
I
that
didn't
you're
know
gonna
what this
wake
bitch
up
was
with a
going
D.
to do without a D.
Oh, without.
I didn't know what she was going to do. I had the blindfold on. I was like, this could go south really
It could.
quickly.
Yeah.
And it was actually awesome. So it was cool.
I find it really awesome, like whether you're the one with the blindfold or the other person, because the other person has a blindfold, you have all that exciting things you
Exactly.
can do. You're like, oh, they don't know what I'm going to do
Let me
next.
tell you, the craziest things ever happened with me with the blindfold. Actually, I was skinnier, a lot skinnier. But anyways, and this guy blindfolded me or whatever, and actually he put something on me, and I didn't know what it was. Like it felt like rocky and kind of strange. Turns out they were Pop Rocks, and started licking Pop Rocks. Here's the thing: when you can't see what's going on and you just feel these little sensations, and then after that, because then the air hits where they were licking you, so then it's a little bit chilly. Like it was very mind orgasming.
Well, the
Orgasming?
Orgasming.
Lord, a little known fact, if you
I'm
don't
gonna go get my
know,
orgasm
if
on.
you take away your sense of sight, all your other senses are enhanced. So if you're being blindfolded and
Yeah.
someone's touching you, the touches are better, the taste are better, everything smells better. It is literally like, it is, so you're trying to make up, you're like, what are they doing next?
I've
Oh
had
my
my
God.
eyes closed the entire broadcast, and I've felt like it was better. It was good.
Usually things with me are better when your eyes are closed.
So, and then Adam, what about you?
What? I am Groot. Oh, okay. Yeah, mine's a little more subtle. Dirty spooning.
Oh,
It's
I
pretty
love
simple.
dirty spooning.
Probably more often in the morning, but it does work pretty much any time of the day. But kind of, and this is for men. You got to be the big spoon for this. Well, I guess you don't have to be, but you should be. You're the man.
Well, she can give you a reach around if you're a little
But
spoon.
well, no, well, it's because I think it's his job. Kind of start working up. Maybe bring a hand behind her or hand over her. Play with her
Or maybe
nipples.
she could
kiss
do it
her
to
neck.
him.
It's really awesome foreplay, and it's very unexpected. Like we've talked about before, like just just come home and just start going down on her. Well, it's kind of
Yeah.
like that, but it's in a little more subtle form. But you can really build up just by touching and doing
Yeah.
other things. It's going to be to a point where she's just going to put it in.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's
Well,
I
do you
love
think,
it.
Do you think that have you ever been spooning and a woman turned you on though the same way?
Oh yeah, I've had the I'm gonna rub my ass on your dick.
I
move.
love that. That's the best. That's my
I do
signature.
that.
I love it
spooning
because
move.
I'm like,
do that.
I'm about to get laid.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah.
If you shake your butt a little bit, you're like, oh, I'm moving around. No, you want the
And you're
D.
grinding on it, then it
Yes.
starts getting hard and you grind a whole different
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. That's exactly it. Or like they have their hand here, like they're around you while they're spooning, and you like move it up a little bit.
like on your boob.
yeah, you're like, this is about to
Yeah.
go down.
I'll do that. I'll just bring their hand like over to my nipple so they start touching it, and then it's
Yeah.
just kind of like, all right, let's get it going.
And
I
everything
love
starts.
playing with nipples.
No,
Me
and
too.
then once
Oh.
I think the dirty spooning is so much fun, especially when you know the guy, like for a girl, when the guy starts getting hard, or you when the guy starts getting hard, that's when you're like, oh yeah, this is exciting.
Well, I think
What's
it's
gonna
exciting on
happen
all
next?
parties.
Yeah, you're
It's
like,
definitely got to be exciting.
because it's like we're cuddling, so what's gonna happen next?
Yeah.
Well, that's why whenever I really want to watch a movie, like I have to be like, you are on that couch and I'm on this one, because if we start spooning and we're cuddling,
Right,
they're
no-
like,
no
it's
point
always
watching this damn
no,
movie.
it's
Yeah.
never gonna happen.
Well, that's
I
it,
will
like-
never get to the end of it unless I'm sick or I don't feel good or something like that. But in general, even then, most of the time I don't care.
Yeah, because guys you get hard so quickly. Like I put a pillow on my ex's head and like we're watching a movie and then he's like, hey, guess what? And it's like this huge penis right here, and I'm like, I just want to watch the movie.
Right.
Like, you're poking me in
Get
the
your
head.
penis off my face.
Stop
Why?
hitting me in the face with it.
We're like, what? I thought you liked that.
I'm like, give me 10 minutes. Just pause the movie.
So you don't want my dick on your head?
No, that's fine. We'll do it later.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay.
Really?
So this has been Sexually Educated. I'm your host, Amber Rose Bentley.
I'm still, once again, Adam Farrell.
Or Groot, whatever you want to call him too.
And I'm Swade Elliott.
Until next week, catch up with us on Facebook, catch up with us on Twitter, catch up with on Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah, hit us up, send
Everything.
us videos. We want to hear from you.
So,
Everything.
and if you get your videos to us early enough, we can actually even put some of that in our broadcast. So if you have any questions, either for us or for some of our viewers, don't be shy to put it on Instagram or Facebook. Send us a video, Snapchat, do it.
I would like a question segment. I think a question segment.
yeah,
would be
question
good.
segment would be awesome. So if
Yeah.
you guys give
DM us
us
that on the Instagram.
yes,
now that
we would
we've
love
given
that.
you the tools, we will serve you.
Yay! Well,
And
more
molest
ways.
you and take advantage of you and
Until next week, wrap it before you tap it.
and love everybody.
And love, yeah.
Yeah, peace, love, and happiness. All right, guys. Well,
Bye.
This program was brought to you by the Internet Broadcasting Organization, setting the standard for new media broadcasting.